evening,
good evening, and welcome to tonight's episode of Injustice, a Second Star Studios production of Pathfinder 2nd Edition.
Oh, hello there. You've just got us discussing mammalian urination habits.
That's true. If the average is 27 seconds, does that take into account the population of each member, or does it take the average of each member and then average them?
What?
When you say member, you mean like the species? Or...
Unit. No, that's not better.
Unit. An absolute unit he was. God. You're right. Not better. Somehow not better.
In liminal space.
Liminal. Not subliminal.
Superliminal.
Superliminal. Shit,
get out of my head.
Get out of my head. All right.
No, that would be subliminal.
Which is completely different from supraliminal.
Supraliminal. Right, that's when you can't get out of your Toyota.
All right, you're fired. Leave. Oh, God.
Troubleshooting my hands. I'm unmuting so you can deal with the feedback potentially of that. I am
all right.
Disappointed and also proud of that.
Thank you.
Good evening. Welcome back to another incredible episode. We are joined by almost the entire staff and cast tonight. We do have, unfortunately, last minute changed the roster. Our very best good monk friend will not be able to join us, but the rest of the team is here, ready to dive into the secrets of the ancient past in the world of Mythonos. We're going to let Oleander take us back to a week ago today and tell us about all of the many successes and less than successes that may have taken place last time on Injustice. Take it away.
Yeah. And you can hear me right?
Yeah.
Well, sorry, my headset was dead and takes a second to get a little bit of charge and doesn't charge very well, so I wanted to make sure that it was holding still. If it does cut out, let me know. But we'll go ahead and start. Last week, we began with our party having spent some time having just awoken Manigal in the day before. So there was a bit of a reprieve and talking with his apprentice, who's prestigious, whose name is...
Kemler Loquin.
Kemler Loquin, yes, sorry. For a little bit, and we were to we would go on to even maybe not immediately, but we would go on the next day to give our actual identities, as well as a member of the party may have given him enough info to probably find us anyway. It may or may not have been Oleander who did that. So we did try to awaken Manigal using Vestrin's I'm not upset anymore. What was that? What did you just do?
It's a soundbar in Discord. Now I have to mute Cam.
People can hear us
Why
now.
did
Yeah. If you right-click Cam's name, you can mute soundboard. I'll do that for Will too while we're going. All right.
You can. You specifically mute the soundboard. I need to now. Got to now.
Yep. Mm-hmm. No.
You know what?
I've been through this.
fair. I'm glad. Yeah. So, I don't know when we cut off. I'll start again.
No, no, no.
last week-
it was just. No, no,
Last
not
week-
like that.
We did that thing that we did. We said already.
I
think
literally
that
stopped
we-
you as soon as it
Okay.
changed. So,
Yeah.
Don't like that. Don't like that.
So, I don't know when that was anymore, so I'll do my best guess.
Because
We,
that's what content.
we're-
in Pokemon.
Yes. Oh, yeah. So using Vestrin's Vertex.
Vertex. Mhm.
Yeah. I was like, I want. How do you simplify that word? But it's that Vertex. I'm sorry. My headset keeps disconnecting, and it's messing me up because I keep getting the ding.
I love it when you get the
So,
ding.
So we decide to be careful. We test it on the first day and are less than successful in awakening Manigal. And we decide to take the day again to just try not to test our luck. So we go out about a few different tasks. Oleander has an idea that he thinks won't be fruitful, but does it anyway, and goes around to try to gather items that might represent our vertices. Theridawind goes to the library and studies up a bit more on sphinxes, one of the major elemental beings of the world that we are in. And the next day we attempt this again, still with no fruitful effort in this. And we try a second time in our second day, and are successful in calmly waking up one of the holders of the 9 vertices, the holder of the life vertice,
Vertex.
Manigal. Yes.
I also make that mistake frequently. It's
It's
Vertex singular,
like
Vertex.
once you when you make it be like a thing, it
Yeah.
loses kind of the context almost.
It's not even real words anymore. It's fantasy
On-
words.
Kind of. You were taking a real word and making it a fantasy word. It does almost lose some of the actual context.
Yeah.
While I said that sentence, my mic turned off and on 4 times. Not turned off, but disconnected and reconnected.
That's frustrating.
Yes.
May I add 2 things?
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Again, I'm having to
we-
deal with this.
No, you're fine. We did learn that there are now more vertices being held than any other time in history, recorded history, being 8, where the most recorded is 7. We also got 95 and 900 gold.
Oh yeah. Sorry. I forgot. If anyone should be upset, it's my character that happened. Not that it happened, that it happened to you.
Indeed.
But yes, we also would have now funded the next 5 levels of our campaign.
So you say that.
He's gonna steal it
You
off from
could,
us. He doesn't
you
like
can
us,
steal
so-
it from us, but you're just gonna give it back. So why take the
That's
effort?
not
I'm
necessarily
gonna
true.
steal
See,
it from you.
He has most certainly taken away treasure that we've gained and not given it back.
That's true. That
Even
has
though he's
happened
also
before.
notorious for not giving us the amount of gold that we need to be.
I was a
successful.
terrible GM used to be.
Was a terrible GM used to be.
I still am, but I used to.
I
too.
still am, but I used to too. That's right. I used to do drugs. Still do.
Still
but
do,
I used to
buddy.
too.
I love the
Used
FedEx
to do.
guy.
As long as I don't start bringing pen and paper into this, we'll be all right.
Yeah.
I don't need a receipt for my donut.
I give you money, you give me the donut.
I have a file in my file cabinet under D.
For donut.
Donut. All right. Okay, Mitch. So, thank you, William. If you will add your Evergreen Hero Point, make sure everyone has your Session Hero Point. I know we burnt through some last session.
Thanks,
We
everybody.
What are you talking about?
We burnt through like session and evergreen hero points last session.
Yes. So
And-
everyone gets
no.
one.
Gave them. You
Yeah.
approve a one-time. Yes, you can use this for this reason.
So yeah, make sure everyone adds their session hero point, and then William add your shiny new hero point for the recap and 10 experience points, so we can keep track of who's. I think we're all
We should
through the cycle,
all
so
Get 294.
294. Double check that for everyone, please.
And if we're not, we all should be. We are, and I've been keeping track of the cycle. We all should be at the same thing,
Yeah.
unless anyone's got
Yeah.
any special XP, which I don't think we have, because
No,
So
that would
you'll
ruin
have
my
to do that.
system, and I don't do that because
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep track of.
We're all at 294, right?
That, but I don't think you do.
I don't. So,
One number is easy enough to keep track of.
as
So 294.
anybody have anything else to add about last
I
session?
still- I will say that I don't know how you've gotten. Oh, at some point you split XP with something. Like, I don't know how you've decided numbers on a. We've got a 4 as the.
Oh yeah, no, I always just highlight everybody and then divide the XP, so it won't always
Oh,
be nice even numbers.
oh, that's also the thing too. The game doesn't expect you to divide XP, Sid. If that's what you've been doing for combats. Hold on, have you been doing that for combat?
No,
Okay. Okay.
that's for just when I hand out experience points.
Okay. That's fine. That's fine.
What's
I got worried for a second. Like, hold on, that might explain a couple of things you've asked me about recently.
I'm
If
fairly-
you've been dividing dividing XP via combat,
Okay,
but if you're not,
I have
then never
no
mind.
idea that's an issue. What?
It means we be getting less XP.
yeah,
The
so
book
the way the
tells
game
you the amount of XP each player would get.
the player is supposed to get, yes.
It would mean we're
Oh.
getting 1/6 of
Well,
the amount
so
via combat
Oh, I see.
than what it
Yeah.
thinks.
technically the game is set up so that you earn an amount of experience points that is based on how much more difficult the encounter you've just completed is. Sorry, how the level differential between the encounter you just completed and your level. So you
I
earn
see.
that experience points is not based on the party. So, and this is to keep you from like just going out and farming goblins. Like it will work for a bit, but then ultimately the murder of goblins becomes very low reward.
Got it.
Anyways, so we'll go ahead and jump right back into the session. You have just completed a vertex ritual, utilizing the power of the mind vertex to recall to Manigal his senses, his sense of self, and you have awakened him. This is actually fine, but I'm going to turn this down a little bit. As he comes to, kind of rubs his eyes, looks up. His eyes sweep over the room, noticing 6 individuals who he does not know. And Kemmler. His eyes lock with Kemmler. Kemmler pushes past you guys, runs up, and Manigal reaches out and hugs him. Genuinely.
Oleander probably had a very defensive stance, and then in this moment, drops it almost like pretty much immediately. Once he sees that, it's like, okay, we're good.
Mr. Loquen, how long has it been? Master? It's been 10 years. 10 years? A decade lost. I must see the Scholastic premiere. So she's not... She's dead. The Scholastic Premier is... The one you know is no longer in office. This is becoming untenable, Kemler. Yes, sir. Let's not talk about it now. These are 6 holders of the vertices of the hexahedron. He looks around at you all.
Saragen waves.
6 of them here. And even as he says so, and you've been noticing this kind of throughout the process, I forgot to mention it last time, the hall is abuzz with the flurry of spinning and rotating crystals, which are kind of placed all throughout this chamber, various sizes and all kind of fragmented parts. But
Has that always been true, or is it new?
Yeah,
he
mentioned it.
Yeah,
during
that was
our
true
first
as of the first time you guys walked in here.
Okay, making sure.
They had been resting here in the cave for so long that they actually had become calcified over, and when Kai,
got you,
or whoever it was, no, Kijani first lit up his vertex, they all kind of broke free.
I grabbed one and tried to
Mhm.
use my vertex there. It didn't do anything.
They've come seeking guidance from you on controlling their power. I didn't think I'd ever see another vertex wielder so far away from, well, back here in Veonai at least. He looks you all over. I'm sure there is much to tell, much to share. How have you come to be here?
Painfully.
Walking, mostly.
Hiding for 10 years.
His eye, he darts and catches Kimmler's expression, and they share a moment. And
I don't know, and we believe that, based on our talks with Kimmler, that it is likely the event where we took these vertices that may have woken you 10 years ago.
The event where we were given them, Oli.
You see, we hail from Astropol, and
Astropol.
Well, our talents aren't really seen in a good light there.
I imagine.
Hence our hiding for 10 years.
We scoured Astropol. I always assumed the Shapers had taken it with them.
I suppose. Would you consider the God's Eye Bay still part of
How did
Astropol?
How did you claim yours?
When myself and my 6 compatriots murdered the hexahedron, the powers came to us, were thrust upon us in an explosion of light energy, as if they needed some place to go, some place to be bound.
Where did that happen?
Here, on the high plateau, at the temple of their power, the seat of the Veo.
Would have taken a body to Astroport.
By the time the Shapers left Veo, then Veonaya, I was no longer associating with them. Many of my original compatriots had passed. Custodianship of the corpse had been taken over by their group. I assumed they had hidden it. They would need to. But We searched Astroport. Apparently not thoroughly enough.
Well,
Johnny
It
raises
was-
his hand.
it was well hidden. I mean, insofar it was difficult to access. It was in the depths of the God's Eye Bay.
Johnny.
I'm sorry, Kijani. Yes.
Oh, Kijani would like to know, because this is not the first time that we have heard it. In our land they are called the Weepers. Our lore for the creation of our country is different from what you probably experienced. Why do you call them the Shapers?
The histories were rewritten. I think you would be hard-pressed to find a book even in my library that refers to them still as Shapers. But that was the name they took in the beginning. Custodians of godlike power, set forth to remake this world in the utter absence of gods. I wanted none of it.
So, were these Shapers individuals who held one or more vertices?
Yes, all the Shapers held vertices.
So then we are Shapers.
I suppose so.
I feel like I have an idea, but I'm just going to go ahead and breach the subject. What are your views on Cataphias? I look up
Cataphias.
as I...
Now that's a name I haven't heard.
Yeah.
Now that's a name I haven't heard in a long time. Of course
He's
I
the
know.
only one we've met.
He's me. No.
Ah.
Cataphias, that old bastard. He was a close friend.
I kind of wanted to hear you say old so-and-so and like just get mad about you hearing you say it.
He was a friend. He led the organization of the Shapers. He and Pasha Kor.
Spell, please.
Par, P-A-R,
Also-
space, check Kor, C-H-A-K-O-R.
We don't ask that. We do ask which vertice did she hold or he hold.
Cataphias held several vertices in his time, but he was most fond of the...
That new info?
Yes, we did not.
I think that is new information.
Okay.
I thought we only
Yeah.
thought he held one.
I was
he
like,
was
that feels like new info.
partial to the vertex of electricity, electromagnetism, fields of energy often found around lodestones and betwixt lightning bolts. Not to give you a physics lesson.
Particle.
A master of the mind. She held the mind vertex. Thought. An indescribable aspect of reality. Belonging only to things that live. Somewhat dependent, though aren't all the vertices dependent upon their connections.
Who? I apologize. I am the holder of the flame vertex.
Heat.
No, sorry. So, sorry. Yes, I said that intentionally wrong. Last
Okay.
week, you reminded me that I was wrong, so I am leaning into that.
Ah.
I'm learning right now. This is me learning right now.
Okay.
This is, yeah. So I go the flame. Who had the flame before?
The vertex of heat. Flame is an aspect of heat, but it is also an aspect of light and matter. Flame is a multifaceted thing, as many aspects of reality are. But heat is a manifestation of energy. Lanra Roke,
Spelling.
Lanra was the original holder of the Vertex of Heat, though she died before the Shapers left Veonia.
You see Oleander like rethink 10 years of fantasy that he's been making in his head. No, Heat. No. Heat still works. Heat still works. But there is like there is a sense of like recalibrating. Like, okay, I have been wrong about this the whole time. That's how it hasn't made sense. Why it hasn't worked. Why I'm not. I feel like Oleander has been one that wanted to advance this and hasn't successfully done it.
Kimmler speaks up. Well, seems that you all have some mutual discussion. I'm gonna go check on some tea, perhaps. I'll just be back in the study if you guys would like to leave this dank and dreary cave.
Well, all right.
No offense, Master, and I'll bow to Manigal.
Hmm?
But I would feel much safer if you stayed, Master Loquin. It is possible that the effect will not persist.
Very well.
Vesrin also says, and of course the academic interest of our discussion I thought would hold your attention longer than the 5 minutes since Manigal has been awake.
Very much so. I just thought I was being a bit voyeuristic. Let me get some tea and I'll return.
Isn't voyeurism the nature of academics?
Quite, but one doesn't often say so or act as such out loud.
So he goes and gets tea, I guess.
Yeah, well, he'll leave.
Vesrin calls, jasmine tea for me, please.
I only have Earl Grey, and you'll like it.
Ooh.
Well, I'll drink it.
Well, I'll drink it. Say I'd like it.
Vesrin, once Kimmler leaves, says, but how should we refer to you? I mean, what is respectful? I don't want to just call you Manigal if that's uncomfortable for you.
Please, you may call me Vice.
Vice. Well, Vice, you are, this is delicate. You're obviously very aware of your condition.
I am. I believe Kimmler and I are going to have to step up our plans.
Have you any thoughts on avoiding your return to your previous state?
Some. Exercises, techniques, medicinals that I have employed for centuries, all of which are beginning to lose their edge. I appreciate your concern, but I believe our time may be short.
Well, I will say that your return to lucidity was not an accident this time.
No, I recall seeing you.
Are there ways that...
I mistook you.
That's quite alright. I wonder if I might be of assistance in
Can we take advantage
allaying
of
your
that?
return to madness.
Part of why I asked about who held my vertice first, too. I'm looking for ways to bring you back or connect you to that time. I don't know if that helped or not, but we knew that you recognized her as that.
It was so long ago. I think for
I'm
a
sorry.
mortal...
Did you mistake me for Parja Kaur?
Yes.
Was she an elf?
She
Oh,
was.
he.
She was. You look nothing like her. But it was the feeling of the vertex, I think.
Oh, I see. Interesting.
Was the first light holder maybe Elasheen?
I'm sorry, no. First holder
How-
of the light vertex was Vilkura Amazon.
And that's what now? VI?
Vilker. You guys don't actually have to write all this down unless you really want to.
We have to
Amazing.
because you'll ask later on, and then we won't know, and we'll have to make
Spelled
it up again.
amazing.
A Mason.
Amazing.
A Mason.
A-M-E-I-S-O-N.
Literally
A-M-A-Z-I-N. Amazing.
Apostrophe.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
The P
how
is silent.
Will would have spelled it and wouldn't have second, even if you spelled it for him. Nope, still spelled it that
Well-
way.
Our goal. I mean, I'm very happy that we were able to give you this moment of lucidity, but our true goal here was to improve our mastery over our own vertices. I wonder if you might have some guidance on how we should go about training.
You all seem quite
vertices.
young.
Well,
You said you've had these vertices for 10 years. You've been no more than adolescents when you received them.
that's accurate.
I was the oldest, 13.
I was 10.
When I received the vertex, it came with a certain modicum of control, but there was practice needed. Still, I feel as though you were at a particular disadvantage. I was already an accomplished mage, an adult. Intricate and delicate control over my own faculties, my thought processes, the way that I would use magic to manipulate the world. But you were born in Astropol. But even had you had the opportunity to learn anything at all, mastery over spellcraft would have been far beyond you.
One of the things that I think that helped us get there was we were in the presence of a Hexalin. Are you familiar with the with him? She wasn't at the stage yet, as she's not accomplished. She was not. What are the words that they? What's the name that they are?
Witness.
She was not a witness, but she was a Hexalin. That's what
Are you? I'm sorry.
triggered.
The blood curse that the Shapers put on Astroporians.
Well, that's how our.
What we know.
That's how
tells it.
Cataphias explained it.
Are you saying
We're
that
getting.
Astropol's witnesses are Hexalin?
Yes,
Are
well,
those-
you can really tell with their pupils that they.
Oh, hold on. Does that mean something else to you?
Possibly.
Because every Hexalin, sorry, every witness is a Hexalin, but not every Hexalin is a witness. What does being a Hexalin mean?
One of
In
them
your mind.
exploded.
Have to hold. I look over it. Like that's a whole. We don't.
I don't
I'm
want
focusing
to
on
make
Topher right now.
assumptions, but Hexalin. There'd only be one way to become a Hexalin. To my way of thinking, to my knowledge. And that would be if they were designated by the Hexahedron. I don't know how a Shaper might, unless there's some dark, twisted magic going on there. Wouldn't
You're
put it
telling
past
me
him.
that the corpse that resides in God's Eye Bay was handpicking infants.
Wait, what does a
Corpse.
hexalin mean to you?
Before the exodus of the Veo, some individuals, incredible talent, near perfect specimens of their race, might be chosen by the Hexahedron as a champion. Priest. A scion to walk among mortals and exercise its will.
Were there outward signs of this selection?
Pupils be marked by a hexagon.
Hexagon.
Such histories have long since been erased and cannot be captured, such as the power of the Veo even in their flight. I can speak it to you now, but should you go and try and write it down in a book, you will find that the book will be lost to you, the pages sundered, the writings vanished. Histories from before the fall of the Veo cannot be captured. I wouldn't be surprised if you start to forget it. Though maybe not.
Well, why haven't you forgotten it?
I think perhaps because of the vertex that I hold. And therefore you yourselves may be.
Are you the only one who is alive from that time that you are aware of?
Oh, Cataphias.
Other than Cataphias. The only two
Yes, I suppose Cataphias still lives.
We can confirm it. He taught our friend how to use the electromagnetism vertex.
Then he must
passed
have
it
given
on.
up much.
He is but a skeleton, really.
8?
When we met him, he still held it.
Yes.
He may be less than that now.
8 Shapers.
Eight.
We do not know the last vertex ourselves, but we can tell you who's here. Light?
Eat.
He looks around the room.
I control the mind vertex.
Yes, quite. Kai says,
Yeah, that's kite. That's the right one.
space.
Time.
Gravity.
And electromagnetism.
Which leaves only mass, matter,
Light.
and life.
You
Now we know.
still claim
on
ownership
Google
of that central vertex, if I'm not mistaken.
Mass or matter? Which one is it?
matter.
It's
I think
either.
it's
It's a
matter.
concept. Yeah.
Okay.
What? You. Do you know of what is siphoning the life of those in Astropor? There are elves that live 100 years and that's it. There are humans who live 25 more than they might.
We know it as the magic of the Sphinxes, but
The Triskelion.
It,
Yes.
Yes.
It's been documented. I have long had suspicions around it. If such ancient gods are imposing will upon the world after the exodus of the Veo, why have the Veo allowed it? They're out there somewhere. terrified by me and my companions, I hope. I don't know much about the arrangement in Astropor. The Triskel, what fuels it, and why. But if that's where the hexahedron is... If you truly wish to gain mastery over these powers, you're not going to like what I have to offer.
I haven't liked much in the past 10 years,
Above
quite honest with you.
Kitani's gonna look around and kind of like, without trying to alert the group, go to check on Kimler.
You're gonna go check on Kimler?
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I believe the only way that you'll get true mastery over this is by correcting the mistake that we originally made. Not having 9 holders when the hexahedron is destroyed. That explosion of power. Having 9 individuals to bind it, to claim it as their own, I believe that would truly finish it. Release the power of reality back to mortal kind. It's long been an ambition of mine. Unfortunately, require first reconstructing the hexahedron. Made it the goal of my youth, such as it was, to collect the shards which have been scattered across Mythanos. He looks around at the many crystals floating about.
I'm sorry, are these crystals here? They're parts of a hexahedron.
Shattered, sundered, fractured pieces that were blown from the body of the corpse when we killed it.
Are these parts of the one we know where it is?
Yes,
Or
only one was ever murdered. Or unsuccessfully lamed, as might be a more accurate description.
So, what happens if these parts are reunited with the original body?
Well, none could say, could they? But theoretically, if all of the crystal shards were returned, brought back to the hexahedron, and it were made whole, and there were 9 shapers to take its power, you could do it correctly this time. Murder the hexahedron, drain it of all of its vertices, hold them apart from the Veo, take back reality itself.
So, who takes the matter vertex?
that's getting
Someone
there and
has
not
to be
getting
chosen, but putting the horse before the cart, are we not? Wait. The horses do go before the
The
cart.
horses go before the cart.
Generally, yes.
Putting
we have the idiom. We're there.
I understand the point you're trying to make. Well, we know with the corpses.
Yes. And I have 32 shards of the hexahedron gathered here.
31. Kijani took one last session, or when we fought him the first time.
He still says 32.
He
Kijani's
says
not
32.
32. So,
Oh, it's still true because there are 32 here right now. You have it
Yeah.
with you, right?
yes.
32 shards.
Do you know how many shards there are?
Impossible to tell. I don't know how many fractures there may have been. I know that the shards generally didn't break any smaller than the blade of a knife. I have never found one so small. Kimler should have my notes, my research, but the crown jewel of the King of Baladesh is a shard of the hexahedron, a large one. Taking that math into account, I can't
Look,
imagine
just
there's...
starts cackling.
What is so funny? Kijani, as you leave the room, you and I have to go to a different voice channel.
Hey yo, that's why we have Discord, guys. Oh, he just messed up my
Oops.
whole.
Hello.
Hello.
Hold on, let me.
Logs. And check. See if he needed.
Alright, Kijani. As you return to the edge of the secret passage, you look out and you see. You can kind of feel as you approach the precipice of the passage that you're entering a zone of silence. Magical silence.
Uh-huh. Who? Dude. Is that a dragon?
No. It's the fossil that was before.
Oh, yeah, uh-huh.
The raised fossil.
Yeah, okay.
It has fallen. And Kemmler is beneath it.
Dead?
I mean, hard to tell from here. Very hard to tell from here.
Is somebody talking? Is anybody... Wait,
You
hold
can't
on.
hear anything because there's a zone of silence. But as you cast your eyes out into the room, you see a young lady. Matches the description of Aoife Willowroot, the third apprentice Manigal.
Okay, Himmler under dragon statue.
He has been basically like if he's alive, his spine is crushed. There is a lot of blood.
Okay. Aoife. How do you spell Aoife again?
Aoife. Blame Cameron for that one.
Aoife is there. Okay. She hasn't seen me?
No, because you notice, like, as you're approaching the lip, that you've passed into silence, and you see the fallen
I
wish to
use
see-
my vertex to bend light around me to become less noticeable.
Okay. Perfect.
Kijani's just gonna kind of like keep looking.
You see her kind of talking, but you can't. I believe there actually is a check for read lips.
Dude, this is not.
You have to be trained in society. Are you at least trained in society?
I don't think so. I don't believe so. Hold on. That's a big negative right there.
Okay.
Botsman.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Would you like to sense motive? Blind perception check.
Yes.
Basically, Pathfinder insight.
Oh my god.
All right. Good to know.
I am going to. No, I should have done that beforehand. Fuck. Okay.
All right. Let's hop back in, and then
Kijani turns around and starts like running
back to the
back
group.
to the group. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good to know.
That it. Hello.
That it. Hello.
He knew if it seemed like it,
I'm
that
dead.
was necessarily the Shaper's plan.
Oh,
to be.
Kijani is about
What?
to wait. Kijani
you're
is
good.
about to run up.
Okay.
We were just talking.
Kijani runs back up. You can't see him really. He's bending light around himself. Tears streaming down his face as he drops it, and he just stares Vice in the face. Kimla, he's the statue and your apprentice Aoife, and she couldn't hear, and I couldn't hear her, but she was talking,
Johnny.
and I could not. What?
Kijani.
What?
Hey.
Full
Calm
sentences.
down. What's wrong?
The dragon fossil statue, it is on
Show-
top of Kimla's spine.
us.
Come.
I'll start pulling. Yeah, I'll start pulling him forward. Show us.
Fastman starts sprinting towards the
yeah.
All right.
exit.
Yeah. Start sprinting towards the exit.
We all guys run after.
Do you
as well.
need us to move our tokens? Is that what we're waiting for
Well, that's
here?
what's going to take you to the other scene.
Sorry.
I-
I'm still on the other scene.
I
We're not.
am on the other scene and don't have a token on this scene.
Somehow that scene got activated. Okay.
That was the problem that I was.
Fastman says, Manigal, you better follow as well.
There was no noise. I do not know if you will be able to speak.
As you approach the precipice of the secret passage, which frustratingly the artist did not draw on this version of the map.
We need to be moved.
Yes, you're up in the tunnel still.
Is there a spot that I don't
Hold
need to like? We're
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Move. I'll let you move us away from the spot that will teleport us.
Let me grab the tile.
Oh my god. I need a better USB cable.
Ooh, I'm lightheaded.
I am too because I've been hearing a diddling, diddling, diddling every 30 seconds. For the past 2 hours.
Yeah, this is frustrating as fuck. I'm just not gonna worry about it. You guys are up here. Basically, I don't want to put you on the tile. It's gonna take you to the other scene. So just you're up in the tunnel, near the edge of it. Light is pouring in from the sunny room to the south of you. You can see that the fossil which hung above the desk here, hiding the secret passage, has collapsed and smashed into Kemmler. There is a silence, bubble of silence around this area. You can't hear anything from in the room beyond. But looking down, you can see a halfling woman with red hair and green eyes, standing, talking to Kemmler. Kemmler's body is crushed by the fossil. There's blood everywhere. If he is alive, he is certainly paralyzed. He's been nearly bisected by this massive stone.
Itani is like right beside Vice.
I cast heal? Question mark.
Are you gonna? Okay. You are in a zone of silence. Does the heal spell have the subtle trait?
I was looking for that, and I do not see, but I don't know where to look
Does
specifically.
does the halfling look antagonistic toward?
You can make a sense motive check.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely can do that. I can do that.
It's a blind
It's gonna
perception
happen
check.
for
The
sure.
blind perception check.
Blind perception check. Yes.
You're I could tell you, like, I know that I can find this on. You can't. It's not clear what you're doing there.
Okay. That.
Anyone else like to make that perception check?
Damn.
Sure.
I also, because this is a rule that we should know, Cameron, I could not try to read her lips because I'm not trained in society, but if you are trained in society, you can try.
You can try and read her lips, yes.
I'd like to do that.
Okay.
I assume that that's a society check.
It is a society check.
Great.
Probably
Blind.
a blind.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, excellent. Okay, Oleander Saradwin, you can tell that she is being antagonistic. She is standing in a sort of gloating fashion. She's got a pair of bolt cutters, like, near her. Vesrin, you can read the gist of what she's saying. Something to the effect of, Baeonians, so reliant on magic, they fail to consider more direct methods.
But he was blessed with the life thing because he was given like.
Has she noticed us?
No, you're still far enough back, and of course you're making no noise because her own silence spell, theoretically, if it's hers, it is hers, is preventing her from hearing you as well.
Fucking shit.
Donnie just like taps on Vice and like points to Kemmler, and he's like bawling. He's like,
Vice looks down at you. Well,
Who
you
has
guys,
the-
are you guys in? You guys are in the silence field, so you can't talk
Yes.
to one another.
no, I was just pointing and like crying.
He looks down at you.
Who has?
He puts his hand on your shoulder.
So is she actually 75 feet from us, or are we closer than that?
You are
you've
not
just put
closer.
us
You
here.
might be a little further away,
Damn.
down the tunnel. Vice looks at you. He looks at the rest of you, catching your attention one at a time. He has. Everyone can make another insight check, sense motive check on Vice. God. Okay. Okay. Everyone except for Saradwin. And I didn't get one from Tofros.
Okay.
I'm
No.
not proficient in it.
Oh, okay.
In perception?
Trained.
I'm not.
This is a detect motive.
Oh, gotcha.
I was like, everyone's at least trained in
perception.
perception.
That's true.
I think that's how the game works.
Yeah.
I'd hate to be the one class that isn't.
Everybody except for Saradwin and Tofros can look
Don't
at
you love getting asked to roll something to get told you failed?
Well, I'm not.
Vice, and you get the impression that he is kind of giving you. It's almost like passing a torch. He gives you this knowing look. Says, "You know what to do. The time is now."
He's about to give up his.
And he
Dude,
looks at.
fucking no way.
He looks
Yeah.
at
Uh-huh.
Kijani, who is the most concerned, and pats him on the head. And you can see
Recognizing that, Kijani starts to cry so much harder. He's like clawing
A-
at
a
him.
mote of light come out of his mouth and hover and dart to Kimmler. At this, I need for everyone to roll.
Mr.
initiative.
Stark, I don't feel so good.
Oh my
Can I
god.
get a? So I couldn't hear for like a brief like all of description of this room. Just give me like a little bit of what we encountered when we walked in.
Yeah, when you guys are still up in the tunnel that
Mhm.
leads from the beneath the caverns scene. Looking down at the fossil that hides the secret passageway has been sabotaged and caused to fall, smashing Kimmler, crushing him to death, basically. In the room there is a halfling woman who, if you guys want to kind of coordinate, remind one another what you know about this third apprentice. Do you remember anything about her without me giving?
I
anything
mean,
away?
I have stuff written down, but hold on.
I don't remember which section.
Hell
that-
no.
Let me check my.
Oleander and Will don't remember a second
Oh
apprentice.
my god.
The third apprentice.
yeah, the
I
third
know that there
apprentice-
were them. I know they existed, but I
She
don't know
hasn't.
them.
She's the one that hadn't
Gad.
met.
Okay. Okay, so Kimmler is one.
Yeah,
Kyle
Kyle is the other
Ventress is a human. He is the
He's a
other
changeling,
one, and
but
then
yes.
oh, okay, he's a
Oh yeah,
changeling.
I did
That
just
change.
forget about the third one.
And then Aoife Willowroot is a halfling, who is the other apprentice. I think she's the most recent.
Yeah,
He's
she hasn't
never
actually.
met
She hasn't met
Manigal.
him. Yeah.
She's never met Mana.
What?
Correct.
So what happens to Manigal's? What? What happens
Yes.
to Vice?
As this happens, her eyes dart up to the opening, and she has kind of a knowing grin. A smirk spreads across her face as this mode of light soars down to Manigal. I mean, sorry, to Kemmler. Weiss-
I'll take Kai if you want somebody to.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
I also need to go get Cole to stop being a dick to my parents.
Okay. Configure ownership. William is an owner. Save the changes. Manigal's body just literally becomes dust. Like, I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark. It's so old, being held together by the vertex, that when everything catches up, it is just wiped
Great.
away. Yes.
Vestrin takes just a split second and bows her head to where he was standing, and then turns back towards.
Kijani was like clawing at him, like, no, we came all this way, we need to learn, and like is just holding on to like dust. Like almost shaking.
As she looks up and smiles, she's going to, well, let's see how initiative goes. Remember that encounters are not necessarily combat encounters, but they might
No, fuck
be.
that. This is a.
You only. You know what? If she
This bitch is
teleports
going
away, that's the only thing. Like, no, you were not baiting me out of not fighting this. Unless you
Yeah, this
kill
bitch
one
is
of us
going
in her
down,
first
dude.
attack.
We're-
If you do that, I'll concede that point, and we'll get us a retreat and rally. But
She just aggroed our whole party. She's going fucking down, dude.
Let's
I'm not gonna get to level 3 by hanging out. You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta.
Oh goodness. Let's see. Oh, she is not first. Okay. So, let's get some music. Who knows? Manigal is not in combat. Or
Who was who? Elaine is the
Elena is the
Elena.
administrator
Elena.
of the Manigal
Yeah,
state.
sorry.
Yep.
Sorry. Elaine was the human
right.
yeah.
From 11th Ornament.
yes.
Yes.
Okay,
That's-
yeah.
I will tell you that while it was never a thing, if there's ever been a character recently in a campaign that my characters had a potential romantic interest in, it was
Huh.
her just for reasons. Just as like, oh, I helped save you back to life. I didn't ever talk to you about that, but that was like if it ever even potentially presents itself, that's where this is going. So I have that
Okay.
I have that name in my head still because of that. Sorry, just fun
Mhm.
fact for 11th Ornament.
All right. So
So-
first up,
Himmler gets the life vertex and everything's fine. She definitely doesn't intercept it.
well, it's not her turn.
Cameron, or like before I was when I was like, I feel like Kimler's supposed to have the life vertex. I was saying that, I was thinking that, but as a kid, there's no reason for it to happen yet. Like we were talking about who should have the 9th vertex if we were to go and take this mission that we were tasked with.
Oh well, I was
Yeah.
whisked
Yeah,
away to the
just
secret
the-
plan.
Uh-huh.
As the vertex collides with his body, and his body glows brightly. He screams out in pain. Fuck!
Can we
He
hear
is
it?
still. You can now.
Oh, okay.
As she seems to have dropped this spell. She seems to be.
Wailing.
She's trying to act quickly. She's actually trying to reach for something in her bag as well. But what the fuck? That's all he's gonna get to do for his turn. And that's gonna bring us to Serdwin.
Okay, so it says that he is unharmed.
That's
Is that
inaccurate.
true?
But
That's
he has the life
inaccurate.
vertex, so I would encourage you from a metagame, but not quite really actually in-game knowledge situation, to not waste your own resources on.
Also, just something that happened last session that Kimmler told us that there were instances where Manigal went prior to a combat. Manigal decided that his compatriots would not die, and they just didn't, even if they were horribly maimed. So I
we
would say
might.
that I would say that we might. But I'm saying you may not need to worry about trying to heal him in this scenario.
Well, and Manigal
if that
could
heal
not
spell
die.
needs to be used earlier. Yeah,
Couldn't be
if
killed.
that heal
couldn't
spell
be
could be used
defeated,
elsewhere. Yeah.
So it says that he is unharmed. Okay, it
Mhm.
says that he is near death. All right, great.
That's also inaccurate. But you can, for the
Or
purpose of this,
is-
pretend
or
that he
he-
is under the.
He is death. He's also alive.
He might
he's
always be
gone.
near death.
Has 1 hit point, and is being constantly killed and revived in perpetuity right now.
Cool, cool. All right.
That feels like
I
a
am-
Cards Against Humanity card.
Yeah. Okay.
A little bit.
Like that one that says pooping back and forth forever.
I've not encountered that card.
There's an important distinction
You
there.
haven't played Cards Against Humanity enough then.
It's pooping back and forth, period. Forever.
Yeah.
It is. In case you aren't familiar with the card,
It's as alarming as it sounds. Anyway, back to the fight.
Okay.
I hope you know
Um,
that spell.
I am going to charge for this person, I suppose. So
All right. Yep. You're gonna
That's
climb down
30
onto
feet.
the. So it's This is a pretty substantial drop. The door is up here. You can jump out onto the top of the fossil block, and then you could slide. It's at a slight angle. You can slide down it, but it's going to be basically. If you choose to jump, you can take this whole distance basically in 5 feet. If you choose to slide, you will definitely not get hurt, but it's going to be difficult terrain. Slowly sliding down.
What's the height of the jump?
Great question. Let's see. And that's at a slight angle. We'll say 30 feet.
Cool.
Okay.
It's not my turn.
I'm gonna jump.
I'm doing that too.
Okay.
So I'm like down here now, and that you said that's 5 feet.
Yeah, so that would have been 5. That would have been 10 feet of movement. 5 to jump out onto the top
Okay.
block, and then 5 more to jump down. And then that's going to be. Do you have something that prevents damage for you?
I have. You do not trigger traps, pressure plates. Also, when you fall, you reduce the falling damage by your level. If this will reduce falling damage 0, you land on your feet and are not prone.
Okay. So let's pull up the fall rules.
That's also, we might have needed to know that before we.
I think it's a
established the
D6. I
height
think it's a
and-
D6 per 10 feet.
Yes, I think you're right. But I will let Jonathan change his mind after we read the rules carefully, if he'd like to. When you fall more than 5 feet, you take bludgeoning damage equal to half the distance you fell when you land.
Oh, okay, never mind.
So the distance you fell was 30 feet, so you would take 15 points minus 2. And if you take any damage at all, you land prone.
Okay,
but you
I will
know-
slide then.
So
Yeah,
sliding
you'd have to stand
will-
up with an action.
Is there-
Yeah. Sorry,
Is
go
there
ahead.
a
Kev.
minimum fall distance?
5 feet.
5 feet. Okay. Okay.
There
I was gonna
is
say, less than
also-
5 feet, nothing happens. Also, if you have the cat fall,
Yeah, there's a skill feat that
skill feat,
helps with
which
this
you
too.
guys can get every other level, you can pick skill feats. If you have proficiency in acrobatics, you can get cat fall, which helps. It actually just
I'll
changes
call
the
it.
number of feet that you can fall without treating it like fall damage. Also,
Gotcha,
if you are a Tengu,
It's in the chat.
like
Or a Leshy, depending on
Check.
what territory.
yeah, like
Elite
Chokai,
Tengu.
Chokai just doesn't take fall damage. He's immune to fall damage.
That's nice.
Yeah, he got hollow bones
Wait.
and feathers and shit.
Yeah, he's a bird, I guess. He's not real.
He's not real. He's a government drone, so.
If I had gone expert in acrobatics, this fall would be nothing.
Yeah, if you get the cat
I
ball
called
feat is
it.
actually very
Yeah.
cool. Anyway, so yes, you slide down. That's going to be difficult terrain as you go. So it's 5 feet out, and then you'll need the rest of that movement. Right. So here's 5, 10, 20, and then you'll need another action to go right here. So this is 2 actions to get here.
Okay,
Okay.
I will then. I guess I take an action to draw my Kopesh,
Okay.
and that's the turn.
All right. Kijani.
Kijani will also slide down or attempt to.
Okay.
Can I do that?
Yeah, it's gonna be 2 actions
Take the-
basically.
Yeah. And then what can I do for that action? And then he will take the rest of his movement, use his third action to move as close as he can. So, kind of here.
Okay. Ollie.
So I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
I do have Catfall, but I also don't really see a way that I can take advantage of this that doesn't still result in me getting the same 2 actions to be in the same spot. Am I right in that? it still is going to
It's an
cost
action
that.
out, and then 5 feet if you jump, but it's 30-foot jump.
Could you jump 10 feet out?
What? Dropping. If I so I don't want to. I can only fall. I can fall 15 feet without having to worry about anything. I won't take damage at 15 feet. So I have to get at least the
30-foot drop, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because of the height here, there's not a way for you to really take advantage of that.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Well, maybe like if you jump here and then jump down here, and then jump down.
That sounds like you just said 3 actions to get me, but I can get 2 actions. How the game works. Jumping is specifically in it. Well, it can be part of a move, but there are jumping
High
is
jumps
weird.
and
And
long jumps are.
I don't want
actions.
to mess with it.
Okay.
Could you just move and walk without jumping, and that's still just one action?
Fall. Yeah.
I'm
gonna
not
say
ask that.
for the purpose of adjudicating this, because of the height,
Because
it's probably gonna take you two actions.
I specifically asked him for the height before I questioned about the feet for that reason. I didn't really want him to make it. I would have preferred it to be a thing that I could use with this. I didn't also want to like, hey, make it be a thing that I can use this feat for either. So it's
a good feat. It'll always be. There will be times when it will be useful.
No. And I could have taken expert in acrobatics, and I could do the thing that I'm trying to do. That's the thing too. That's the you literally hit the breaking point that this is the.
It just so happens to be exactly the limit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, just remember
So,
when
yeah,
it
I
gets
will-
to
yeah.
Kai's turn that he can do this in one action.
So
It's
this
also
gets
fast.
me.
Two
Oh,
actions.
I also. Hold on. Does Cyrodiil have the same? He does have the same speed as me
Wait, why is Kai last in initiative?
because he is.
He rolled low.
That seems
Initiative,
wrong.
he rolled a 3.
Yeah, that sucks ass.
3 plus 7 for 20.
Sorry, AJ.
Or 10. Sorry.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, I'll go ahead and also close the distance too. My third action.
Okay.
I guess
do
my
I
sword's
hide
not
that?
drawn either.
Probably not. Do you want to draw your sword instead of closing the distance?
No,
Okay.
because I can still punch for. I can still punch for precision damage. At the very least, when it comes down to it. But I don't like that. For some reason, the music doesn't work with your Foundry for me anymore.
Everyone else getting music?
Oh no, never mind. Never
Yeah,
mind.
yeah.
Got a nice
music-
playlist
It was-
going.
It was too low.
Quiet.
User error. Got it. She will
So
look
pep
as you
cac
all,
error.
as you all exit. She's gonna reach down and pull out her scorpion tail whip. 8 years I've been waiting. I didn't think you'd come. I was beginning to lose all hope. And she will.
That's what she said.
He is a halfling and not a small human, right?
She is a halfling.
Okay.
Why?
It's straight
You're
up
pissed off
the
because
changelings
she has
that
red.
tried to
Because she
kill
has
us.
red
when we were
hair.
kids.
Nope. She has red hair. You said 8 years, and that still doesn't matter. But just making
Half-
sure that
Halflings can't have red hair.
I
That's
know.
what I was thinking.
She doesn't want it to
and
be
There's
Evie.
backstory stuff. It's all good.
AC and Evie are very close together.
Oh.
Aoife.
Oh.
Eve,
Oh, I
yeah,
see.
yeah.
They are very close, except that Cameron gave me her name.
Yeah,
I forgot
I
that.
supplied that name.
I
Cameron's
didn't
probably
remember that
going to be
for
my
Apprentice.
go-to for girl names for a while. I bet he's done a lot of research recently for some reason.
Yeah.
She is going to, instead of anything
Julia.
like that, Julie. I refused on that actually. She is going to cast a spell. Is it this spell?
Oh boy, am I not a fighter?
She is going to target Olander.
Let's go.
She doesn't like how close you've gotten.
Good.
Let's go, Leander.
She is going to reach out, and you can see the arcane sigils, the signature of the spell, appear around her hand.
Is it an attack?
It is not. It's going to force a save.
Making sure. I was making sure that nimble dodge was applied.
Nimble
in case
Gouge.
Nimble dodge.
Some of you have recognize a spell. Remind me how that works.
I
No.
can use it as a reaction. Creature within line of sight casts a spell that you don't actually. There.
I feel like I have that. Where do I see if I have that?
But that just gives us a bonus to the saving throw or AC against it if we succeed. If we
Also, you
critically
correctly
succeed.
recognize a spell.
Yeah, I will use that. I'll recognize that. I'll try to
Okay.
recognize
Are you
that.
trained in? Are you trained in religion?
No, if you were trained.
I
Common.
am pretty confident I'm not, actually.
No, I would not automatically.
Okay.
Let me see.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. I'm untrained in religion. Is there crossover with this spell and Arcana or Occultism?
Not this spell. So you can make your checks if you'd like to use your reactions on this.
But if you're not proficient,
If you're not trained in the skill, you
Yeah.
can't get a result better than a failure. Wait, GM rolls a secret.
You can't get a result better than a failure. That's right. Okay. A failure. Oh. I'm supposed to roll secretly, and I'm supposed to know what you're proficient in. I've ruined it. and
You're
given
not
you the
supposed to
answer.
tell us what it is. Yeah.
I'm not gonna roll right.
Okay. Good.
well,
good.
I mean, yeah.
Good choice. All right, good to know. So, the spell sigils arc out around her hand in a deep, blackish, purplish, arcane rune. And I need for Oleander to make a Fortitude saving throw, please.
Well, it's specifically not an arcane room.
That's fair. Would you like to use you're muted? Would you like to use your
No.
hero point? Okay.
No, I got first out of my mind. Let's take that.
She clenches her fist, painfully compressing the target's bones and dealing.
Now, if that was like a hint that I should have and I didn't take it, I'm gonna deal with it too, but I'd be a little bit upset.
Dealing 15 points of bludgeoning damage.
That's a lot.
And
And
she is going to push your body by your bones, moving you around like a marionette.
Ow.
like more action economy on top of more than half my hit points. You're gonna make me take another action to get close
Yes,
I mean,
this is a 3-action
without
spell.
moving. Okay, fair.
It's her whole turn. So you
Wait. Didn't she pull out her chain whip? Can she use a 3-action spell?
You're right. I guess she didn't pull out her scorpion whip.
Totally did. You said that first thing.
Oh, well, I'm changing my mind. I would let you change your mind.
That's fair.
He actively
make
didn't
sure-
use it in this, so unless he's supposed to be. But
I want to
again,
make sure that she's
no.
not also armed if she
I
used
will-
a 3-action spell.
Yeah, that's fair. That's perfectly fair. I will also let you know, William, I failed to recognize this. The 9 is a critical failure. Would you like to use your hero point?
Ooh.
Okay, if you're gonna give me that, I will. Yes. And if
Yeah, your
if
success
you're gonna be
level
that
is critical
kind,
failure. Yeah.
if you're that kind, that I should not know that much. But if you're gonna give it to me,
Well, we're allowed to know the
None of
That's
this
are we
fair.
allowed to know?
That's
The
a lot.
degree of
Better.
success.
That's the, yeah.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
So that is now a success. It's not a critical success, but it is a success.
Yeah.
So you will take half the damage, so 7 instead of 15. And you are only going to be moved 5 feet.
Still
You can
pretty-
choose instead to drop prone. instead of
Oh,
being
I
pushed
know
5
this
feet.
spell. I know this spell. Okay.
Fuck that shit. I'll
I
give
do know
him
this
5
spell.
feet. It's the
Is-
same difference,
Table talk allowed
effectively,
for
but
Gary
I
to
don't
tell
want
us
to be
what
on the
spell it
game.
was?
Yes. Well,
No, it's not. I'd have to move 2 actions to get. I'd have to. No, and yeah. If she moved away, I'd have to move.
she can't move. She
away,
used
doesn't
all
matter.
3 actions. Yes.
That's
So
okay,
in Pathfinder, it is encouraged for you to coordinate. So table talk, there's a little bit of metagaming and like, could you guys have said this to one another? So I guess if you can rationalize that it is part of a tactic that you might have practiced in a team, then absolutely you should talk to one another right now on table. I mean above table, and assume that information was known ahead of time. If it's a matter of something you discovered and couldn't possibly have known, then only
Okay.
communicate that on your turn. You guys are just keep the story straight. If you just
enough.
want to know what Jerry knows about this spell and don't want to use that in the game, then I can't.
No, I mean,
I don't know that
Sid,
it's gonna affect
Sid provided all the
anything I do.
information that I knew. I just didn't realize until you said you could drop prone or you could drop prone instead. I know what the spell is. I
All right.
also not a spellcaster, so I can't actually provide any information on the table anyway.
Yeah,
so
I
she's
have
gonna move you 5 feet away. She has a calm smirk about her. As this happens, Oleander, you can make a detect motive check, blind perception check for me, please. Okay, all right. You get a very distinct impression that she is wasting time. She's waiting. She seems to be outnumbered. She knows that. So we will move on to Tofros' turn.
So you said if we slide down, we don't get okay, sorry.
Correct. You have
To
25
get
or
down
30
to
feet.
where, to get down 25, to get to where Sari is, how many actions is that gonna take me?
You
Fine.
are a different story. Because your speed is slower than ours.
3. But you'll have,
You can get further than him.
yeah. It'll cost you all
It'll
3
take-
actions.
To get
can
to
get-
where Sari is?
You can be up on the. Yes, it costs you all 3 actions to get to where Sari is, but you'll have 20 feet of movement left over. Or you can get 5 feet shy of where Sari is for 2 actions.
Can't
Siri
you
has
use
more movement
time
than you.
vortex
Okay.
to give yourself an additional action.
You can if you give it up
It
for
will-
next turn.
It won't be to the next turn though. I will spend 2 actions to get to the location you indicated,
Okay.
and then I will spend an action to channel elements.
Okay.
Okay. Which is a channel.
Nice. Okay.
I'm too far away from her to do the. Hold on. I say that like I said I'm supposed to actually know by looking at my character sheet.
You also want to be positioned not directly, like with an ally in between you.
Yeah, I can make that.
I should look at what Kai's character sheet says.
He can move real fast.
She's not within 30 feet, right?
I believe that's correct.
Correct. She's not. Okay. Oh. Never mind. Can't use weapon infusion on this anyway. Okay. I am done.
Okay. Vesserin.
Okay. How many actions will it take for me to get either here or here?
What's your speed? 35.
35.
In 2 actions, you can get 5 feet ahead of 10 feet ahead of Sarah.
Okay. Hang on, let me switch back to move. Alright, I want to drop down next to Sarah
Okay.
with 2 actions, and then I'm going to cast Shield.
Okay.
On myself
Okay. Shield
for 1 action. I've
is
just
a
called
cantrip. It lasts until your next turn.
the end of my next turn.
End of your next turn. Okay.
Sorry, the start of my next turn.
That's what I thought. Okay. Cool. Anything else for you here?
Nope, that's all 3 actions. I am done.
Perfect. Kai.
Kai will do that running jump thing and not be concerned about the distance of the thing.
Yeah, so that's 5 to get to the top of the rock, 5 to get to the bottom of the rock, and he's got however many he's got left.
15 after that.
All right. I am measuring. Here we go. And that's 1 action for him.
It's 1 action. So yeah, he'll second action here.
Third action, flurry of blows.
Is that how that works? Yeah, it does. That is precisely how that works. Because it's not hit that though.
Double right click to target.
I always forget that after DMing because it
Yeah,
doesn't
you have to
do
use the
that.
thing. I usually use the T key on my keyboard to target.
I don't know what. You know what? I'm gonna let AJ be the first person who attacks with his beak. I think that that seems like that says that it misses. And so does that.
Yes, both of those do miss.
He has a check thing that says space.
Yes.
Oh, that means that he turns on warp step.
No, I forget what that does. There's something about it that changes the way his Oh, it modifies his ability to hide things. Modifies his like thievery skill.
Got you. That's it though.
All right, back at the top to Kemmler, who is wailing in pain. God damn it, Aoife! What the fuck is this? He's going to try and summon his Eidolon. It will flicker into existence and vanish as he shares hit points
Dying and
with the
living and
Eidolon.
dying.
Yeah.
I think it's very clear she's betrayed you.
she laughs at him. Kemmler, you always thought you were the smartest person in the room. Saradoun.
Leroy Jenkins. I'm gonna hit her.
Okay.
Wait,
Why?
weapon drawn? Well,
He did
not
last
wait,
turn.
but like, oh,
Yep.
He drew his weapon.
he stood. Yeah, he stood there. Yeah. That's what he did for that turn. Gotcha.
Well, that ain't gonna do it.
I'm gonna use a hero point.
Okay.
I'm not gonna Leroy Jenkins and then not hit her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Damn.
So close. Unfortunately, no. That will miss.
AC's 21, everybody.
That's an assumption. Pretty good assumption.
Okay. So
She's nimble. She's small and nimble and quick. And as you swing around your Khopesh, you find her frustratingly evasive. Like you get the impression that that's her whole thing, is that she's not trying to win this fight. She's just wasting your time.
I will raise shield.
Okay. Kijani.
Kijani's eyes begin to like flicker, and he's just like shaking. All that time. Finally, somebody to answer, and lightning starts to crackle off of him, and he'll reach up and go, "You will pay!" and cast Tempest Surge on her.
Okay.
So you surround a foe in swirling storm of violent winds, whirling clouds, and crackling lightning. The storm deals 1d12 electric damage to the target with a basic reflex save. On failure, the target also is clumsy 2 for 1 round.
All right. That is a regular failure.
So she's clumsy 2.
Okay.
And she takes 1d12 electric damage. Okay. You can't use a hero point on damage, can you?
You cannot.
Damn.
Edge.
And
sucks.
then he, like, again, just kind of still shaking, his teeth begin to kind of like gnarl, and the rounded tips of his tree root fingers begin to sharpen as he wild morphs, and claws begin to form at the ends of his fingers. He's going like full feral. Like none of you have ever seen Kijani like this.
Okay. So because she's not wearing heavy armor, and her armor is affected by her dexterity, making her clumsy 2 reduces her armor class by 2. If you're wearing heavy armor that didn't count for dexterity, that wouldn't be the case.
Hey.
It's a status. Is it a status?
Clumsy?
Mhm.
Jerry, I thought we put you in charge of all the conditions. It is a status penalty equal to the
Okay,
condition
that's all.
value to dexterity-based checks, DCs, including armor class, reflex saves, ranged attack rolls, and skill checks using acrobatics, stealth, and thievery.
Awesome. So, I am going to draw my weapon and then attempt to tumble through,
Okay.
which is I'm going to attempt an acrobatics check against one of those things that's
Her
affected by
reflex.
clumsy.
Her reflex.
Yeah.
Difficulty class, yes. Go ahead and roll that acrobatics check for me. You have to move 5 feet forward, right?
Yeah. So this is yes. It is a
It's during
with this
the move,
I
right?
stride. Yeah. This happens during the I will be I will end up being here.
Okay. If you
And-
beat her.
If I succeed, if not, I'll be next to Seared. I'll next be Seared when.
Okay.
Is this blind?
Acrobatics. No, that's fine. That is unfortunately a failure.
Even with the clumsy?
Even with the clumsy, it fails by
Aw.
1.
You have another hero
Oh.
point.
I do, but I don't want to use the evergreen one for this.
Yeah.
She seems like she might have a thing that kills me here in a second, so I'd prefer to save it for that.
Sure.
Well, that means that I can't get her. That was my way to get my panache and to get her off guard. I could have just gotten her off guard for free if I didn't want to make it a skill check, but I'm greedy.
Which is reasonable. For a swashbuckler. Rogue. A rogue buckler. A swasherug.
So all we get is the regular strike.
Okay.
Hey, that hits though.
That does hit. That would have hit her anyway. But it definitely hits.
I know. But it doesn't apply sneak attack.
Okay. Grab this here. Damage.
I hate that there are two instances in the same fight that if I had taken expertise in acrobatics, it would have
Would've
made a
made the
difference in both times.
All right, brings us to her turn.
But I also do love that a little bit. It feels that gritty bit. Sorry.
She is going to let's see. Oh, that's Kimmler. Like, there's no way she has that spell. Why is it when I click on her, Kimmler comes up? I need to open her character sheet separately. Something weird's going on. She's not level 12.
Has everything we've been doing against her been the wrong checks?
No.
Are you sure you don't want to double check that? Just there, that things we just did.
I am sure.
I know. Yeah, no, it seems level appropriate.
It's actually correct. It's just for some reason it's coming up with Kimmler's picture. But all this stuff is actually accurate. Except for her hit points. Something weird is happening here. Hold on. Bear with me just a minute.
What's with the big pause?
I'm angry.
You won't like me when I'm angry?
That's
What's
my
her-
secret.
I'm always angry, Captain. What's her initiative roll? Let's see. 20? I'm gonna delete her and make a new one. And then she is clumsy 2. Okay, and then all that is otherwise correct. Okay, and it is her turn. Oh, I do have to remove a spell slot from this one. Actually, not just a spell slot, but that spell. She cast it, and it's crossed out. She only prepared it once.
Oh, she was already off guard. It didn't matter, actually. Oh, wait, she was off guard?
Why?
I don't know, it says that. I didn't give her off guard. I'd have that. I might have had it on my character sheet, actually. Hold on, let me double check that.
I don't see that she's off guard for any reason.
I have the enable abilities that okay, that might be why.
Okay.
Let me see.
She will back up 10 feet, and then she will she'll cast a spell. It is a 15-foot cone.
None of y'all have attack of opportunity over there. No, those guys.
None of us are fighters. Didn't would have it this early.
And you'll all need to make fortitude saving throws.
Wait, including me?
Just the 3 in the cone.
Oh, okay. Why am I glowing?
It's will twice.
Oh, because shield.
Why are you glowing?
Was a shield.
So luminous. Okay, the DC here is this number, so Ceridwen fails. Kai and Oleander succeed, taking half damage. As a haunting hymn erupts forth from her. Dealing 3 points of sonic damage, or half as much to Kai and Oleander.
So 1.
Yep. I don't know, whatever half comes out to.
This is specifically like the number that matters.
Yeah, I don't know. When you click half, what does it do?
I can't. It doesn't give me the option anymore. If that's what you're, if I realize now, if that's what you're asking me to ask me.
I understand.
I didn't realize we're on a different page.
I will do it for you. Half.
So yes.
Take 1. You take 1. And Sarah, did you take all 3?
Yes, I did that. I did take all 3. I took 3 points of damages.
Awesome. Okay. That is all of her actions. She moved and then cast a spell. So we're going to Topharos now. She is going to take a moment to monologue a little bit. I can't believe my luck. After all this time, what took you so long? Go ahead, Topharos.
Okay. Move. There's not a way for me to move and like not having. Okay. Nope.
Your teammates seem to have created a.
Stop. So there's no way for her to not have cover.
Seems that
It's
way.
only lesser.
Yes.
It's one action.
So it's like a standard attack.
Moving through person is an extra 5 feet.
Sure. I'll have to look that
Treated
up. But yeah.
Treated as the terrain.
Okay,
Correct.
so if she's 20 feet away from me, I can get to her in 25 feet then, right? Does that make sense?
Yes.
How many diagonals?
Well, it
have you
depends on the
used?
diagonals. Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
I thought it was just one when I first measured.
Have you used diagonal?
Yes.
Have you used a diagonal yet? Is what I'm at. Oh, then
I
never
need
mind,
diagonals
doesn't
actually. Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
I can just
run
move
straight
here.
forward.
I don't remember where you were at.
Okay. I will attack.
No, I can't.
Elemental blast. I can go to a different square.
Can you move one up? That's the furthest I can get.
Yeah, you could have included one diagonal and gotten one here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. This is a melee elemental blast, and I'm spending 1 action on. I'm going to use weapon infusion.
Okay.
Forceful is. Is forceful the one that adds half your strength modifier?
Forceful when you
No.
attack this more than once in your turn. The second
Gotcha.
bars
Okay.
against your opponents. Is there another one you're interested in knowing?
No.
Okay.
But can I? Okay, well, I'm gonna undo something then. I'm not gonna get it within melee of her then.
Okay.
So I will go back. I don't know. Yeah, that's where it was. Okay.
Okay.
I will instead use 2 actions. I'll use propulsive.
And she will have lesser cover from here because of your
Okay.
allies.
I'll use propulsive, which will add half of my strength modifier. Alright. Yes. Making sure there's not some other thing that also does it. Yep, okay. Alright. Here we go.
Lesser cover is a +1 bonus to AC.
Correct.
Okay.
That was.
So now she's at a net -1 because she's at clumsy 2.
24.
That will hit.
Strength, what? There we go. Okay, so it has everything. Yep. 9 points of slashing damage.
Mm.
So I used 2 actions to do that.
Mason, when does clumsy, does it drop off 1 per turn?
At the beginning of.
Or both of them drop down?
I don't know. It just says clumsy 2 for 1 round.
Okay. Then they both drop off.
And I'm actually going to restore both my focus points and then hit the cast button because that might actually help me have the ability to do my damage.
Yes, you can drag that shape feature. I think onto your character sheet. No. You need a status. Spell effect wild morph at the very bottom of the list. You can drag that onto your character sheet.
Has no valid options.
Yeah, we can do that, I'm sure. It is on your sheet, as an effect. Untamed shift. Granted by Untamed shift, you transform just part of your body. It doesn't give you the attack on your sheet, though.
No, it doesn't.
Does it change your unarmed strike?
I don't. I don't think so because it doesn't say agile or finesse on it.
Okay.
We'll look at it. It's my turn.
Is plant shape? You have a plant shape?
I don't.
Oh. Okay. Vesrin, brings us to you.
Okay. What is her cover from me as it stands right now?
Lesser.
Which means
She gets a +1 to her armor class. She is currently
Which
suffered
is-
from a -2 from her armor class from clumsy. So
net -1.
yes. Her armor
Okay.
class to you is 20. To be
Okay.
blunt.
Okay. I am going to. I'm going to cast Horizon Thundersphere
Okay.
for 3 actions.
Toast Sardwin's ears. For 3 actions. Okay.
Which
love to
gives
see
it a range of 60 feet, and it deals half damage on a failure.
Okay, so go ahead and click the cast button.
Oh, you gotta do the thing too.
Oh yeah,
Don't
you have to
forget that.
say it out loud like an anime.
Horizon Thundersphere.
Exactly. Perfect.
Um,
And
Actually, what Vestron will say
actually.
is move.
All of your spells are in like the ancient VO. Like you use like the old
old,
the
old
Latin.
AOC language. Yes.
Yeah.
Probably.
Um,
As Vestron raises her hand, and a similar arcane signature appears around.
let me just clarify one thing before I go through with the attack here.
Mhm.
The only thing that using 2 rounds buys me is an additional like 10-foot emanation, and it makes me shocky skinned.
Well, so hold on, let me read this. I think so.
So
60-foot
in a one.
range, and 3 actions. If you do after attacking target hit or miss, the ball of lightning explodes, dealing 2d6 electrical damage to all other creatures in a 10-foot emanation. So if you use
not
2 rounds,
her.
and her. Oh,
It says
no,
all
it says all
other.
other creatures. That's right. Right. The only reason to use 2 rounds would be to hit her and then everybody within 10 feet of her.
Yeah.
And
So
emanation is
there's no real
different than
benefit to it.
Not in this case, I don't think so.
Got it.
Yep.
Okay. Now I'm gonna burn the spell slot on her then.
All right. So now you roll to hit. You can click that attack button in the chat.
There she blows. Public.
Yes. Double right click her. Actually, it doesn't matter.
I did.
Okay.
I have done. That sucks.
That misses.
Hero point?
Hero point?
Do have one.
Give your session hero point. Yeah. A free one you get back next session. Sure.
Okay. So, do I just click the attack again?
Yes. That'll be fine. Yeah.
Maybe it'll be better this time. It is better.
It is better.
It's still a.
I don't know
failure.
why Foundry does not like Cameron Sutton. This week or
Straight?
last week, just like
Yeah.
low rolls.
We've all had
However,
a hard time hitting her.
that's just a regular failure, right?
It is just a regular failure.
She should take half of
She'll
3d6.
take half damage. So roll your
roll.
3d6. Yeah. You can just hit the square under the chat 3 times and click roll, or you can type it in, or if it's in your spell. Nice.
Takes
8. So she took 4.
4 points.
Look, it ain't nothing.
Yes.
All right, that brings us to Kai at the bottom of the round.
It's your turn, Kai. What would you like to
Just,
do?
It's your turn, Kai.
anticlimactic.
Horizon, Thunder. Yes, both Sturgeon and Oleander kind of like hear Vesperin and
Like-
feel
and,
the ozone cackling behind,
Like-
crackling behind them. Like,
Lean.
ooh.
Sarajan drops to a push-up position.
You know, because Will knows who can get off guard easier on their own. Will's gonna be caught here to help Sarajan potentially.
Okay.
We'll go into Tiger Stance, I guess, is
Okay.
the thing that I do here.
For an action, sure.
1 second. I should call this so I can take the Tiger Stance and put it on my character sheet.
Yes,
It's
all
not actually a
true and
thing.
accurate.
I thought that was a thing. It's not. That's fine.
It should be. Stances.
I don't.
Oh, it's at the top.
It.
On actions. On your actions tab, you can click to turn on Tiger Stance. Oh, it's already on. He never turned it off.
I don't.
This. Here we go.
I didn't see whatever you just. Oh, I see it now. Okay.
Yeah, that's
Did
probably
I
how.
use
That's probably how
the Tiger Claw attack is.
Kineticists should be used instead of the whole dragging and dropping.
I didn't mark my target. I also missed still.
Yes, unfortunately, but you're
Oh, but
Using
this is
Flurry of Blows, right?
correct.
For an action, you're gonna try and attack twice.
I also didn't target again, and
That will hit.
awesome.
Dude.
2 points of bludgeoning. She also has to make a DC 18 Fortitude saving throw, or be stunned.
Does she?
Yes. Kai has Stunning Strike. Anytime he uses Flurry of Blows, if he hits with at least one of them, they have to make a Fortitude save or be stunned.
When you target the same creature, you can change them if either. Oh,
She
oh.
critically
That's just-
fails. Oh,
So she's stunned 3.
yeah. So she becomes stunned 3. It says
Stunned
failure, but
also-
it's a natural 1, so I know that it's actually a critical failure, even though it doesn't really fall below that 10-point yield. What'd you say?
Stun doesn't give them off guard though, right?
No. Stunned
Takes away an action.
reduces actions. Stunned 3
Yeah.
reduces all of her actions next turn.
I know. I'm just.
Oh,
What
so
was
next
done
turn
to-
she just doesn't get.
Her turn, she
Yeah.
does nothing. And then she's
And then
Oh.
does it
removed as
reduce by
stunned.
1? Okay.
I understand.
That's why she's not off guard, because she physically can't do anything.
I understand. I was being selfish, but I was being selfish and not thinking about the reality of the situation.
Yeah, Kimmler is. I should not have even put him in the combat tracker. I'll just
And
take
there's still
him out, actually.
Kimlin.
He's still Kimlin. Such a Kimmler. Seraphim.
Running up.
All right,
Now she's off guard.
she is off guard. You are
And I'm
flanking.
gonna hit her.
Yep.
Uh,
Roll the hit. Is off guard circumstance? It's circumstance. So she gets both. She is a -4 to her armor class right now. And yet you would have hit her even if she were at full armor class with the 26. 7 points. Yeah.
swing
she's-
again.
She's unhappy now. All right, multiple attack penalty. Critical hit.
Ooh, yeah. That's
Holy
what I'm
tip.
talking about.
Do I hit the critical button?
Yes.
She dead.
She's not dead.
So for us, you want
Gotta
to go
be.
straight if you get the turn.
Say again.
You don't want to go to an angle. You just want to go straight.
I was,
Um,
but Kijan is gonna be there.
Yeah. Kijani is
Oh.
going up.
I'm gonna be the other spot you're talking about.
Maybe not. Oh,
Okay.
it's
If Kijani doesn't kill her.
Here. Okay. Let's see what this thing says. You have wild shape. You can morph your hand into claws. Your hands transform into incredibly. These claws are unarmed tech. You're trained in and deal 1d6 slashing damage. Each agile finesse. They'll hold. Okay. So I don't think I'm normally trained in my unarmed strike.
Yes, you are.
Everyone
Oh,
is.
I am.
trained to
Yeah.
that.
Okay. So I
Yeah,
guess
we'll have to
I'll
wait and see how to get that attack onto your character sheet. It should do a thing,
just
but
attack her normally.
yeah. Do you have so it's checking to see are you sure you have I just tried it. It said you have no valid options. Do you have the
Yeah,
wild shape feature on your character sheet? Because it's checking to see what all of your options are. You do.
Yeah, I'm a wild order. Wild shape is perfect.
Yes. Let's see if I just add this as a bonus feature. As its own thing. Untamed form. Okay, and then if I add
I've already
this-
got it. That one's already on.
Dude, I've already got it. Here we go. Figured it out.
Okay, how did you do that?
I moved a new bonus feat to your character sheet called Untamed Form from the list so that it knows what to check for when it comes in.
Okay. Oh,
yeah.
that does bleeding damage. Ooh, did not know that. That's cool. Okay. Alright. And so I will do 5 on its then
You knock her unconscious.
as Kijani knocks her unconscious, he'll kind of like go in for the slash and slash through,
Sarah
but
just
kind
tries
of like
to stop him.
continue and like goes again. Just he sees her unconscious and he's going for the kill.
Sergin, I don't think you have a reaction, unfortunately.
But he would
Yes.
want to.
Yes, you can
Oh.
protest.
That's with a multi-attack penalty. I'm sorry. So
That still hits because now she's unconscious, so she's off guard.
is that critical because she's unconscious?
No.
Okay.
For 2 more points, that's an automatic fail on her death save.
Yeah, Kijani's just like standing over her now, just like.
We will stay in initiative just to see how this pans out. No longer are there any evident combatants. Kimmler is groaning with agonizing moans. Oleander.
I'm gonna use 2 actions to move back. Seeing her fall, and move back here.
Okay.
And I guess I will use an action to look around and try to find, start trying to find the places that we could lift to, like. While we could be less careful, he has I know that he has lifer text now.
As you walk over and begin casting your eyes about, panicked, he looks up at you with just strain and agony in his eyes.
Yeah.
Just cut it off. Cut it in half. Right at the pelvis. Just cut it. He's talking about his ruined spine.
I look at my sword like, I look around at who else has weapons, like, Nerdwin! Sorry.
Will they grow back?
I think that's what he's suggesting, and I don't want to think about that.
Alright,
But-
we're going to make a death saving throw for Aoife, which is a fortitude saving throw.
This is her potentially last one. She might die here.
The DC for which... No, this is her first one. She took damage, so that gave her... Well, she is dying 1, and then she took damage,
yeah.
that's dying 2. Yes, okay. So the DC for the death save is always 10 plus your dying value. So she has to beat a 12 now. And it's a fortitude save, or it's a flat check?
Flat check.
It's a flat check. Okay. So she has to just roll a d20 and get higher than a 12, otherwise she is outright dead right here.
Bruh.
No, it doesn't.
How are we gonna learn anything about why she did
Doesn't that
this?
just increase her dying value?
To 3.
We don't.
Yeah, don't you die at 4?
Yes,
You do
actually,
die
you're
for
right. Yeah. So, okay, so that would... Sorry. That would increase her
Okay.
dying value to dying 3. But she will succeed. So she actually reduces her dying value down to dying 1. And that brings us to Tovros.
I will also go over here to where Kimmler is.
Okay.
One action.
Oh,
Am I in a position to be able to slice?
You can see that this giant slab of calcified rock is basically comes down just above his pelvis. Everything below his navel is crushed. You can see copious amounts of blood and organic mash seeping out from beneath it. And you can, in some places, because of the way he's twisting his body, you can see through that muscle that would go down, like his abs are being strained. You can see bone, and he's just, yeah. You heard him ask Oleander to just cut it off.
But I'm saying, is the position I'm standing in one which I can cut it appropriately?
You could see it.
It depends on what you're using.
Okay. All right.
You can use your bid metal.
I'm gonna. So, well, here's what I'm thinking. Logic says, I mean, we have to cut it as cleanly as possible. So, I'm gonna use my elemental blast, but I'm gonna do it like, and I can do slashing. So I'm gonna use like try to make it like a spinning thing.
Bonesaw, sure.
Yeah, like a bone saw, like almost think like, you know, Mortal Kombat Fatality style, but I'm trying to cut very specifically in that area so that it's a clean cut. So I'm going to, I don't think I need to use a weapon infusion for any of this.
Saw of iron filings.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, basically. All right, go ahead and roll to hit.
Is there any like thing I need to add to this since he is
No,
a willing participant?
No, his armor class, quote unquote, the number you need to meet has been adjusted for what you're trying to
Okay. Well, because I need to be as accurate as possible, I'm gonna use 2 actions, and because I'm gonna be cutting through bone, because generally speaking, I just seems like that's the thing to do. Okay, let's see.
Because Sid told me this would be easy, I'm gonna do this as precisely as possible.
So the 17 does not hit, I'm assuming.
17
Or does it hit?
hits, but does not critically
Okay.
hit.
Okay. Okay. Should add. Oh, it should also be adding my Constitution modifier. So let me add that +4. Wait. Should it? I have an 18 Constitution +4. Am I adding the? Oh, that's not the right thing to add. It's over. It's up here. No, it's right. It's right. Add a bonus. Which is slashing damage. Where is slashing damage?
I hope so. I mean,
And
you can do it
then-
with bludgeoning damage, but God.
That's what the
Salt and
rocks
wound.
were trying to
Yeah.
do.
13 slashing damage.
Okay. As your files circle around you in a circular motion, you do spray Oleander with a little bit of blood. You cut down into his abdomen, slicing through. You hear kind of like little popping noises as ligament and muscle is relieved, and it like the muscle that would extend from your abs down to like your pelvis is just like popping back out. Is that tension is being relieved as the bone saw cuts through him.
Veteran vomits.
You cut into his intestines, into his like internal organs. There's just blood and gore just oozing from his body. The only thing that is holding him still in place here as he wails in agony is his spinal column itself, which is he is trying to push away with his upper arms. He is sweating profusely. He's incredibly pale. He's biting so hard into his lower lip that he has basically bitten his lip off. It's just like bleeding down his neck. It's still barely connected.
Okay. He looks up at Ollie and says, "The rest is you, I think."
Thank you,
And then I'm done.
Bo. All right. Vesrin, you clean your
Vesrin,
chin off a little bit.
Wipes her mouth a little bit, and then she switches over to her movement indicator, and then rushes forward to here.
That's 2 actions.
Yeah, so those
Okay.
counting at home, I still have 30 feet of movement left from my second action. And I kind of want to try to do a similar thing that I did with Managal, as far
Okay.
as like basically invading her mind.
Okay. I will let you make that attempt. Well, I'll say because it's almost emulating a spell. which is the mind reading. It's actual a spell that you could eventually learn. I will resort to the mechanics of that spell, which means it's going to be a 2-action cast.
So I can't do that. Okay.
Not right now.
Let's see here. Shit. All right.
Would you like to have moved not here, knowing that? Your choice.
Yes.
Whatever you want to do. Okay.
Yes. Then I will actually only take 1 action to move, and do I want to do that?
I don't know.
I don't know. No, I'll do that, and then I will. Is there any cantrip I can do?
Probably not for 1 action.
I can message her, but she's unconscious.
Yeah. Hey, yo, bitch.
I will message her and say,
You're really gonna message her, okay?
and say,
Whisper in her ear as she dies.
"You've been defeated. I need you to wake up now." That's it.
Okay.
I guess that's the end of my turn.
Kai.
Fuck.
I think that Kai looks down at her, looks up at Ceridwen, and thinks it through and asks you to grab her, and he is gonna ready battle medicine to heal her so she doesn't to try to bring her back. But I think that he wants her to be grappled, and he thinks that you'll be better at holding her than he will be holding her, like the opposite in the opposite way.
Okay.
That makes sense. He
Ceridwen.
thinks that they
Ceridwen will pull out his rope and tie her up.
Okay. Sounds good.
I will then bear hug her and sit on the ground.
All right. She is tied and grabbed.
with that will trigger the like that will so I used the ready and then
ready action, and so you're
Yeah.
gonna use battle medicine now to
that would be the trigger.
trying to hold off Kijani's bloodlust and bloody wooden stake fingers, kind of pushing him back a little bit. You reach down and attempt to battle medicine her. Go ahead and roll the treat wounds on that. It's a failure, but not a critical failure. So Kijani's the wounds that he has imparted upon her have already been.
Oh, hold on. Is that if they administer medicine actually? Like whatever like the actual thing that I should be doing that lets you stabilize.
I mean, I have stabilize if you want me to use that.
Stabilize or treat? Battle medicine is gonna treat.
Yeah. Yes. I just sorry. That battle medicine is to. There is another action I could have taken instead that would have been I think it results the same. I keep forgetting that there is an action like that because we don't usually get down to need to be stabilized.
So I can fix
That
that.
is probably what. No.
There's a cantrip for stabilize. There's also no. It's a variant rule.
Like,
There's not a
administer first aid or one of those. Like there is a thing with medicine that you can do. Like a thing you can do.
You perform a first aid on an adjacent creature that is dying or bleeding. Creature is both dying and bleeding. Choose which ailment you're trying to XYZ. Attempt a medicine check on the creature that has 0 hit points and has a dying condition. The DC is equal to 5 plus that creature's recovery roll DC, so it would have been a DC 16 in this case.
Yeah. So yeah, that's why I figured it wasn't going to change what it was, but that's
Correct.
probably
Okay.
what I just that was more for me, like remembering, hey, do this, and this is just as do this instead if we're doing this.
Also, I don't think you can ready that because it's 2 actions.
Okay, that's fair. It's fair too.
You would have had to have readied battle medicine, which is fine, but failure in either event. Brings us to Kijani.
I don't think he didn't actually do anything. He could have ready. He didn't do anything at all with his turn. He could have ready that.
Can you ready a 2-action activity?
Maybe, I don't know.
I don't think you can.
Did Kijani know that she was waiting for somebody, or like biding her time?
We don't know because I think Ollie was the only one who did the check, wasn't it?
Ollie and Saradwin both noticed that during close.
But I don't know if
encounter.
anyone verbalized it.
I didn't for sure.
No, I didn't.
Kijani stares at Saradwin and goes, "Not everyone is worth saving. Magic.
And not everyone is worth killing.
She should die." And Kijani takes a step forward.
You make your decision, I'll make mine.
Okay, Kijani strikes her.
Okay, rolls a hit.
Saradwin is covering this lady. Like,
Yeah.
bear hugging this person.
Okay. That misses. Her current armor class.
Okay. He will try it again.
With a -5 attack penalty.
That's
-4. -4, because you have agile. Misses again still. Saradwin positions himself to kind of put his armor in the way of your thorny claws. And with a -10, that is a -8, sorry. A dismal miss. Brings us to Oleander. The other side of the map.
Yeah, and Oleander is not.
We are a little bit past time. Is everyone good to go like maybe 10, 15 more minutes while we wrap this up?
Sure. I need to head out.
Okay.
I've got another engagement I gotta get to.
Okay.
But
do you mind if we...
let me go. Sarah, yeah, y'all continue. If he gets back to Saradwin, he's gonna stabilize her. If not, heal her outright, depending on the vibe. But I gotta get out. We'll see.
All
you.
right, man. See you next week.
Bye, John.
Bye.
Oleander?
Oleander is going to kind of seeing him separated now from the pile, and knowing that, realizing, like, rationalizing in his head, like, okay, he has the life vertex, that means something. He's gonna just grab him and, like, he drops the rapier and just pulls him off to the side, and he's just
Make it
and
athletics
and-
check.
yeah.
You're trying to pull...
I'm really trying to. If anything, if it might make more sense reasonably, I might just be. I am trying to separate. I kind of am. I think that he is trying to separate himself from his body. I'm trying to do that. I thought
Okay,
that he was
yeah.
separated. I didn't
his
realize
spine
that.
His spine is still connected.
Yeah.
It's a very fragile link, but it's an athletics check to finish the job. It's his spine and I guess the skin and a little bit of muscle ligament on the back side of him where Tofros didn't cut all the way through is still connected.
I don't want to do it to be nice to somebody for this. Come on. Yeah. God damn it.
Use your hero point.
Yes. If I.
Okay, that's a success. You
I
do
would've been-
manage
if I-
to, with popping and groaning and wailing agony from him.
And not intentionally, not like thinking, like Oleander did not go into this realizing that's what he was doing, and like almost throws up, but goes back to what he was trying to do. He focuses on the words that Manigal said, and really just focuses on heat. He doesn't know what it will do, but he at some heat feels like it should help whatever is gonna help him progress. So I'm just
yeah. Manigal
doing that.
Sorry, not Manigal. Kemmler passes out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
At this point,
sure.
he is sweating. He's cold. He's pale. He is losing tons of blood.
Yep.
Oh,
I'm
as
sure.
As he
covered
passes
in it.
out, he's
I'm just
still
trying to
somehow breathing. You can feel his heartbeat is
Mhm.
strong, and you can instantly see bone beginning to materialize out of nothing, coming from the bottom of his spinal column where it was snapped. Just
I imagine that I
slowly-
can, like, as he's losing blood, I can feel like the heat also draining. Like I'm
Oh yeah,
trying
he's
to
cold.
like,
He's cold. Yeah.
I'm trying to just give like exude as much body heat as I can. That's the best way that I think that I've experienced it.
Helpful. Yeah.
I am trying to accelerate that. I'm trying to use that, trying to harness it the best I can,
Okay.
to help him here. And that's what
Ah.
the rest of whatever the actions are for that. That's what I'm
Alright.
doing.
Aoife is going to roll a recovery check. She will fail, bringing her back to dying 2. Topharos,
Okay.
you see the
So-
rotted, crushed remains of Kemmler's lower half. Not rotted, but like crushed remains of Kemmler's lower half beneath the stone, and you can see his stump of a body, basically from the belly button up. It's like slowly beginning to knit itself back.
Like knit it closed, or does it look like he's growing a new bottom
he's
half?
growing he's growing from the inside out.
Okay.
His spine is extending downward like watching a bean sprout grow in fast motion on YouTube. It's just
Okay.
For anyone who's seen it.
He is showing and growing.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. There's no real need to move him. Oh, is there any type of object that could be used as like a blanket or
looking around the room, you
Cover.
don't immediately see anything. There are large sheets of paper. There's kind of this purplish tarp that's beneath this fossil here,
uh-huh.
but
I want to attempt to grab that.
okay. Dislodging the stone and kind of tipping it up. It's kind of like an oiled cloth. And what will you do with that once you have it in hand?
I want to cover up where Kemmler's lower half is going to become
Okay. It's very modest of you.
for the purposes of not being exposed everywhere.
Right. You don't want to watch his penis literally grow from nothing.
Yeah, no one wants to see that.
I see.
Okay,
Okay.
and then
Oh,
that'll be all
contraire.
for my turn.
Okay, sure. Okay, Vesrin, it is your turn.
Vesrin mind melds with this bitch.
All right. Okay. Make an Arcana check for me.
Hmm.
perceive vague surface thoughts from the target. You also figure out whether or not its intelligence modifier is higher than, equal to, or lower than yours. Check that. Her intelligence modifier is lower than yours.
This
vague-
dumb bitch.
Her vague surface thoughts are: I'm dying, I'm dead, I'm going to die, this is awful.
But I expected this.
Kind of, a little bit. All right, brings us to Kai. Vestron, were you done? I'm sorry, you have more action.
Oh, I did. Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, Kai.
I need help put the baby to bed, so I'm gonna head out, guys.
I feel like, especially since this is the end of the round,
Bye,
and
Twitch.
it's not my character. Maybe we should start.
Okay,
We should explain to AJ what's going on
sounds good.
and let him and force him like, okay, cool. Now figure out where you're at.
We will start next session with this scene exactly, laying out the gore and aftermath before you. We'll start next session with a distribution of experience points. I know I can count on you guys to remind me that that is my intention. That will cover the the mind restoration ritual that you conducted last session, as well as this combat encounter. So expect that to be somewhat substantial. And we will see you guys next Sunday. Bye, Twitch.
Bye, Twitch.